What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Dr. Phill coming at you live from my desk in Vega Conflict. I am one of the arbiters for the Vega Conflict Talk Live show, and I'm not particularly pleased right at this point in time. Last night during the show, we rated the event at an 8 for the most part. The event was rated at a good 8, not a bad 8, not a really shitty 8 or any 8 like that. It was rated at a good 8, which is perfectly fine. That's a perfectly acceptable thing. So, what happened? During the show, the event got a big fat buff. And not for the players. For the event prizes. For the event fleets. And it wasn't good. I don't like it. In fact, I don't know a damn person that liked it. I can go into the forum right now and tell you that a lot of people are pissed off. I'm not the only one. A lot of us don't, some of us don't like PvP. Fine, dandy, we do the event. But there are so many threads. Fleet diversity, crap. Blueprint drop rate, crap. The balancing of the event in the last 12 hours has gone to shit. I'm not known for my positivity on Kicksai's side, but yesterday, during the show, I was positive about it. But we're going to go and look at this, the rebalance now. The Great Rebalance Part 3. I'll take this into more detail during next week's show, but basically, frigate class hulls. I gotta go look at blueprints, just that's the store, blueprints. Let me go see this. Take the Eagle frigate. Rear of 300, strafe of 320. So now, because of their new buff, the strafe of my Eagle drops to 280, but my rear goes up to 360. Now, the Eagle is one of the best strafing hulls in the game. The Hurricane is the I don't have it, that's another strafe hull, hence the binary thruster. Let's go down to one of my bones of contention is the battleship. The Dread Battleship has a standing speed of 290, okay? During the new buff, it's going to go down to 280. The strafe is 60, which will remain the same. Destroyers. Rear, 150. In fact, this lance, I don't see the lance speed. Speed 120, so my lance will get a buff in the speed, and it'll stay the same in the strafe. That's fine. Cutters. Now here's the cutters is going to have the same speed, same strafe, a little more on the sector speed, which is irrelevant, and a little more turn. So that's a nice buff on the cutter there. It's only a Gharial cutter. Python cutters will have a boost. Komodos will have a boost. Cruiser. This is the fun one. So the cruiser is going to get a speed boost. And a strafe decrease, and a sector speed decrease, and a turn increase. It's not great, but it's not good either. I don't particularly like the fact that they're going to almost nerf the cruiser out of the game with the shield rebalancing. That needs to be readdressed, because it's not a good thing. Normalizing the shields, okay, fine and dandy. But the cruiser nerf is going to piss a lot of people off, like it's already pissed me off. Carrier. Standard carrier, one rag. Wait, it doesn't have speed in there. It's not actually in the stats. Let me try a different one. No, it doesn't have one on either, but the carrier is going to be nerfed. it's going to get a giant speed nerf. The Rag has 240 speed. Oh no, it is there, I just missed it. The strafe stat doesn't show. Okay. So we're going to drop 40 speed from the Ragnarok carrier alone. So how are we supposed to fly that and keep the Ragnar Dread in formation before you nerf that? But this is it. Since we're on the subject of battleships and dreads, the Fury is going to have a mass decrease. And so is the Dread. In fact, the Dread is going to have a 2,000-ton decrease, as is the Fury is going to have a 2,000-ton decrease. That puts the Dread below the Zeal in mass, almost, after this rebalance, because the Zeal is going up to 8,000 mass, and the Vigilante battleship is going to 10,000 mass. How the hell is that even fair? So all the ships that we are using currently are going to go to shit, so you're going to have to refit them all anyway. The Echo Dreads, the Echo Zeals, all of that stuff is going to have to be changed. Corinthian is going to a 500-ton mass boost. Heretic is going to 9,000 tons. That's ridiculous. The Lance is getting a boost. A Python is getting a boost. Machete is getting a boost. Nobody uses the Machete anyway, but the Nighthawks are getting a boost. The Condor's having a boost. The Eagle's getting a boost. The Hurricane's getting a boost. The Rapture, on the other hand, which is still yet to be released, and for 2 years, almost, the unladen mass is getting reduced from 700 to 200. Fleet Bay. Now this is something that people have wanted for a very, very long time. Fleet Bay level 11 is going to happen. It requires no explanation, and you'll get an allowed mass of 42,750 tons. I do believe that's 10,000 extra tons of mass. Let me check. Okay, 8,000 extra tons of mass. Give or take a few hundred tons here or there, because I'm doing this off the top of my head, and then I don't have all the numbers in front of me. And I would assume Colonel Phill at some point would give me a spreadsheet to put all these numbers out next week. There will be new upgrades for the Iron Star Company ships, which we expected for quite some time. The mark upgrade changes are as follows. Frigates now get more bonuses against battleships. Cruisers will gain more bonuses against cutters. The Venom battleship is getting a health increase. Metaphase shield bleed through is decreasing from 20% to 10% to bring it in line with the new shields. So metaphase shielding may be prudent to start using. It's getting a weight reduction in the rebalance, even though the shields will remain a little the same. I think they're getting a downtime as well. The rebalance is scheduled for Wednesday of next week. Changes will not take place until after the Apple submission is approved, obviously. So we're looking at least a week. So we're looking at by next week's show, possibly, maybe the week after, to have this rebalance in so we can look at all this stuff in depth. The important notices here from Lex, although several stats of ships and equipment have changed, the build time of all of this has remained the same. This is because a full holistic review of build times across the game is incoming, currently stated for our next full release. So probably in the next 2 months, we're looking at ship build rebalancing. Realizing this will create some strange power imbalances until this is addressed, thank you for your patience. All numbers and dates are subject to change. So, the death of the cruiser, the nerfing of the Dread battleship, nerfing of carriers, nerfing of shields. This will put most of my fleets out of commission. Here's my Vega 50 fleet, with my Shock 5, Shock 4 tank rev. That's going to be completely useless, because all of this shielding is going to be cut in half. My Glad APOC fleet will eventually become useless. It's not marked, it's not anything. My Lances will get an increase in weight, so I can do a little bit more with them, because you can see here I'm pretty much at weight. Thermal revs. Shields are going to swap, so I'm going to have to change those over. But the revs are going to get a boost, and my fleet bay is going to get a boost. So I may as well start refitting ships now for something that isn't even finished yet. Is there any point for me starting a refit on those particular fleets? No, because I don't know all of the numbers, and it's by the time everything is finished, I might not have a fleet to be able to use, or I'm going to spend the next 6 months refitting every single fucking fleet that I have to be up to spec. The Dread. This particular Dread build here, I can't use because it's overweight. I can't use this build because it'll be overweight. My Carriers, the speed will drop, so it's going to be even longer for me to be able to do everything else. And of course, my phased Heretic fleet. Now, I'm not entirely sure if... I know these are pretty much at weight for 5570, because that's the way they were built, because that's the way I build my shit. These are strictly for tanking. So, I don't see why Kixeye have decided that now is the best time for a giant rebalancing of the entire game. It's been coming. It's been coming for a long time. But what they've done is done it the wrong way. And that's how I feel on the situation, ladies and gentlemen. I don't like it. I never have, and I never will. Yesterday, I came back into the game after a 6-month hiatus. That's how long I have been out of here. 6 months. I have seen benefits, I have seen nerfs. I see pretty much almost no benefit to this at all. Repair times are being changed. Build times for certain... No, build times haven't even been adjusted yet. Because there needs to be a build time for your shields, build time for weapons, build time for a lot of other things. And there simply hasn't been that one yet. That should have gone in with this particular change, because I may finish this event, but I'm not going to be happy about doing it. I may finish a bunch of ships. I may finish my Komodo cutter fleet that I wanted to build a while ago that I'm building now. Everything that I'm doing now is going to become completely fucking useless in 7 to 14 days' time. It's not good. It's not good at all. I was really positive about on the show last night, and what Kixeye have done is taken my positivity and kicked me in the nuts with it. Or kicked me in the nut, rather, as Nacho would say. And to take a leaf out of his book, fuck you, Kixeye. I'm not happy. And neither is anybody else at this point in time. You've nerfed us. You've nerfed us during the event. In the middle of an event, hours after it started. For fiscal gain. That's all. That's the only possible reason I can see behind it. It's not because the fleets were challenging. The fleets are challenging enough. If you make a mistake, you pay for it. That's the problem. It's not even a problem anymore. It's an issue, but it requires skilled piloting. If you're a skilled pilot, you can pilot this event and take no damage. If you're a skilled pilot, you can sit on your butt for however many hours you want to do it, and grind out as many points as you want to grind, and do it for nothing. There are always going to be the set of people that are just coming into the game, or just getting to the point where they can start doing events, and start repairing fleets, and start building your Glad thermal revs, battleships from riots, and certain other fleets, and things like that. At this point in time, I may even start building the Zeals again. In fact, I may cancel my Komodo build right now and sack that build off completely and start building a Zeal. Simply because it's getting the buff increase, and I know it's getting the buff increase, so I can build it blank. I will start building blank hulls again, because that's probably the only prudent way to do it. Unless Kixeye are going to start bringing 10-day builds in and try and keep it at 10-day builds to encourage people to coin a little bit more, then, yeah, by all means, go right ahead and do that. As I said earlier on, the numbers, there are a lot of numbers to go through. I'm not going to go through them all right now. I want to save that for next week during the Battle Vortex show. So I do appreciate you spending the time to sit and listen to me for 16 minutes. Go and join the Battle Vortex page at vc.battlevortex.tv. Like and subscribe to youtube.com/battlevortex. You can find Battle Vortex on Twitch at twitch.tv/battlevortex. You can find myself on Twitch at twitch.tv/Dr_Phill89. And you can join in on the Discord at hangar.battlevortex.tv. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.